72-70 the final. The Blue Jays hang on in comeback fashion. Flan, where's the heart rate for you right now?
It was really high a lot of the game. Jalen, our assistant coach, she wears something, and she was tracking it after the game. And, of course, I'm too old to think about those things, but it was pretty high. And then I had a couple assistant coaches telling me I needed to be on the officials even more, which is never a good thing when they're telling me to be there. But, I thought Georgetown played really well, and we had to respond, and we did. And it was a 50-50 game, and we made a few plays at the end that helped us. So, I thought Georgetown played really well, but our kids hung in there and made some huge plays at the end.
Down 12 in the third quarter, how'd this team find its edge?
Well, I think experience matters, and I told them at halftime. I mean, there's 20 minutes left, and they threw some shots in the first half that, they banked the three in at the end of the half, and they hit some, number 0 Wilson hadn't played in their last 2 games, and she comes in and hits 2 threes in the first half. So, I mean, they had a string of really good play. I didn't think our play was as bad as maybe the score would indicate. So I just felt like at some point, law of averages. Like I said, I think, as good as Morgan and Lauren are to get 42 points, I mean, we sometimes take their excellence for granted, and because Kiani and Mal made some huge plays down the end, but obviously if those guys don't get us back in the game, and like I just said, if you'd have told me that we were going to come from 8 down by only making 1 3 in the second half, I think that's where this team has maybe evolved the most, is we don't have to shoot as many threes and rely on that as some of the teams in the past, and that's, I think, a credit to just the toughness they have.
I mean, speaking of toughness, too, the defense stepping up big time. 5 minutes and 42 seconds go by without a field goal made from Georgetown. How did you challenge the defense, and how did they rise to the occasion? Yeah,
we talked at halftime about one-on-one defense. Just, when you go through a scout and you prepare for a team, we talk about, okay, where can we help from? Who can we be off of a little bit? But then you also sometimes have to challenge them one-on-one. We got beat too much in the first half one-on-one, and Ransom had 8 of her 10 assists in the first half, so I felt like we were much better late. Jenkins is a beast on the glass. We really struggled to block her out, but we had people that, our guards peeled back and helped us, and so that was big too, is just limiting second chance points, because she's bigger and stronger than anybody we have. So, I mean, we don't win that game. I mean, they had 50 just a few minutes into the second half and ended up with 70. So I thought, and we kept saying too, their fatigue from having played last night hopefully was going to force them to shoot the ball just a little bit worse down the stretch.
All right. Well, I don't want to say speaking of worse, but your dance moves in the locker room, they're a little questionable.
Yeah, they're more than questionable, Anna. They're beyond, I don't know.
What was going through your mind? You're just jumping up and down.
I was just jumping up and down. I actually thought about trying to touch the ceiling, as I was like, but then I was like, that's a little too high, and I don't jump like I used to. Not that I had jumped that high, but I've definitely lost a little. But I'll come up with something for tomorrow night.
Yeah, win some more games, get some more dance moves, more opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flan, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win.
Okay, thanks, Anna.